Hello and welcome to my 10-minute session. My name is Dr. Dayamudra Dennehy. We'll be exploring AI literacy, and I'll be presenting a new course I've designed called Writing with Digital Tools to help you think about what inspires you, where do you need support, and how could you design your own AI literacy action plan. I teach at City College of San Francisco. I've been teaching online since 2017 and reflecting on AI's impact on higher education since 2022. Let me tell you about this class. My guiding question has been, what do our students need now? What do they need to know about AI? What do they need to know about other digital skills? And how can they connect practical writing skills with digital literacy? I've been very inspired by this list by the World Economic Forum, which is a list of 10 core skills needed for the 21st century workforce. So pause the video here and see what you notice, what surprises you, and ask yourself if we're designing our courses at the community college level to help our students build these skills. According to the World Economic Forum, 39% of workers' core skills will change over the next 4 years. And the human is at the heart of this class. I see this as an opportunity for students to tell a new story about themselves as they prepare for this world of work. I've taken this list and I put it through Notebook LM to create my own infographic. And throughout the 18 weeks of the course, the students will be building these 10 skills for the 21st century workforce. At the foundation of the course is development of digital literacy, an exploration of digital integrity, and development of digital wellness, all while we develop these 10 skills for the 21st century. It's an 18-week course taught with 4 units. At the end of every unit, students write a report about what they learned, and at the end of Unit 4, they create their own AI manifesto. This is an example of the types of writing that we do. Students are developing both digital literacy and digital integrity. I've done a lot of research on what Gen AI is, and I've created an intro video for my students so that they can explore exactly what these tools are and how they're built. This way they're starting with a clear background, and we explore the current climate of excitement and fear about these tools. We think about safety risks and things like bias and the impact of AI on their higher education in this moment. Central to our exploration of digital integrity is a study of AI and bias. And we study the critique of leaders in this area, such as Joy Buolamwini and Sinead Bovell. We also draw on the work of educator Leon Furza and what he's written about AI and ethics. This is an example of something one of the students wrote about how she didn't know about the different ethical problems, about algorithmic bias, and the impact on different groups of people, privacy, misinformation, copyright. All of this is new information and really important as students explore digital integrity. We also explore the WISE framework that's been created by Saba Kidwai, thinking about the use of these tools, specifically in education, and how it impacts our well-being, integrity, skills, and engagement. And this is the framework that we use throughout the course. This student wrote a report and then put it into Notebook LM and made her own infographic about digital integrity. Also foundational to the class is digital wellness. Among the materials that we study are Johann Hari's Stolen Focus. And he talks about how these digital tools are designed to distract us, to steal our attention, and how hard it is these days for us to focus, but that we can improve our attention and we can get into a flow state. And so students set goals around that and do a lot of reflecting. Throughout the 18 weeks, we look at different manifestos, and this is a slow movement manifesto that I put into Notebook LM. And students think about the pace of life as part of digital wellness and their own lifestyle, their own goals. The class culminates in a final project, which is an AI manifesto. Rather than creating policies or rules or even a handbook, a manifesto was an intentional choice to reflect this big moment of change. What is our vision? What is our intention? How can we mobilize around common goals? For this project, students collaborate and share what they've learned throughout the class, and they think about the ethical considerations in education and the future possibilities and developments of AI in language learning. This is another manifesto that we studied by Roxanne Gay. And this is part of digital wellness, thinking about how we eat. This is a food rules manifesto based on Michael Pollan's work. We use these other manifestos as mentor text, as a call to action, a way of reimagining society, a blueprint for future thought and action, and a tool for articulation and change. So we're really bringing in all these critical thinking skills. And this is a way for students to really participate in this conversation. In a lot of our college conversations, students are excluded. So what do they have to say? And these are the learning outcomes: training and empowering them to critically engage, develop a deeper understanding of the positive and negative aspects of AI, and articulate their own vision for the future. This is quite an urgent moment. In February, the Department of Labor put out their own AI literacy framework, and they encouraged us to think about teaching AI literacy, teaching AI integrity, as I've done in this course. I appreciate this quote by Tania Means, encouraging us not just to think about AI in terms of cheating and banning and detecting, but really preparing students for the future. And even UNESCO encourages us to take a critical approach to AI and include our students as active co-creators for their future. This report came out by LinkedIn, and they talk about students needing AI expertise, but also needing these very human skills like storytelling and leadership and skills over titles. So this is very interesting for our course design as well. With that in mind, we can go back to the design of this course. These 10 skills needed for the future of work, and the integration of these 10 skills around these 3 themes of digital literacy, digital integrity, and digital wellness. And this is feedback that I got in the middle of the semester, completely unsolicited, from one of the students, saying, "What you're creating is special and impactful." Students are writing a new story about themselves. I invite you to think about the design of this course and what was compelling to you, what could you use in your own lesson design, and what was inspiring to you. And I'd like to extend an invitation for us to think together as educators about what equity-centered AI literacy could look like in our classrooms. Thank you very much, and I hope that you'll stay in touch.